right, man, real quick. I'm gonna burn myself on the stove like a mug. Real quick, man. So Brad, I did make it to work safe off the freeway, man. With so many spin outs, so many people that was crashing and going fast, being ignorant, even after seeing the spin outs. Hopefully everybody's safe. It's always, it was a one Cadillac, but it's always the pickup trucks that think they're above the law, and there was some semis that they broke down. So hopefully everybody get home safe. But yeah, that's why it's important for them to get those salt trucks out there real quick, fast, in a hurry. So I don't know. I do know from a little bit of experience that I think for Detroit, for them to declare a emergency or snow emergency, it has to be 2 inches. So it has to be 2 inches of snow before they really get out there. So I think last night, yeah, I think it was more like supposed to be an inch, and I think it's not that much snow. It's just how the snow and the cold hit the ground. But nonetheless, Brad Holmes basically said that they haven't. I read that he said they in this press conference. I'm gonna do a full video on it too. So he basically said that they haven't had any intense conversations on signing Carlton Davis. Now, they traded for Carlton Davis, and most of us was looking for Carlton Davis to basically get a contract extension. That's what we was looking for, Carlton to get a contract extension, and that's what we was looking forward to. He never got the contract extension. So he was on a prove it deal, but then you got to understand the moves that the Lions did. Make it check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link tree, find me everywhere: Facebook, Instagram, X, etc. So what happened was they ended up bringing Amik Roberts in. They signed Carlton Davis. They thought they was gonna lose Amik Roberts. He stayed. So you brought in Amik and Carlton Davis. On top of that, you draft Terrion, and then the very next pick after Terrion, in the second round, you draft Ennis Rackstraw. Now, the thing about Rackstraw is he got a little playing time, but he got injured. He was a guy that didn't get a lot of picks in college, but was getting a lot of picks in the training camp, had soft tissue injuries, and they was grooming him to play the nickel. Now, could they ride out with the corners they got next year? And I might be in the minority. I think Vidor is as solid as they come. I will keep Kendall Vidor as a 4th or 5th corner. He just has too much experience and knowledge of the system. I probably would sign him to a long-term deal. 3-4 years. He's just all he's been in NFC Championship games. He's been in the trenches with the Lions, so he knows the system very well. He's a great he's a great fallback option. So I'm gonna give him his credit. So then you got Amik Roberts, who is shown to be a better outside than the nickel, and the nickel is an acquired taste. People put him on the inside because of his size, just like Mikey Sanderseal, who played at Michigan, who played in Washington. And people said we should have took Mikey Sanderseal or over Terrion Arnold, but Sanderseal was seen to translate as a nickel corner because of his size. And I know there's Darrell Green and there's other short corners out there, but that's how they seen him, as nickels. Shout out to Jordan Lewis too, from Detroit. They see not the Cowboys, shout out to Jordan Lewis. They see him as nickels. So just because you're short don't mean you can't be a really good outside corner. And for the most part, I talk about Terrion too. I don't think he had a bad season. I did think Quinyon Mitchell was better, and that proved to be a fact. But nonetheless, Terrion is solid, and Amik is solid, and Ennis Rackstraw. Do you roll the dice and see what happened with those three, Kendall Vidor, and maybe bring in a mid to a formidable other corner, or and then in that situation, I would bring back F.A. Malafanu and just rock out that way. Also, you probably want to see what they got at corner as far as, what's the offers, Carlton Davis is going to get. Because one thing you want to do, when people talk about the Lions window open or close, I'll keep my opinion on that for right now. But one thing you think about, you want to get more durable. They're already a young team, but you want to get more durability. That's been your issue, durability. So durability wise, you want to remain durable. That's a great, so Carlton Davis doesn't make you more durable. Obviously, do you want to go the draft route? you can, and just have 3 really young corners. I'm not opposed to that, but that dude from the 49ers, Tre'Davious Ward, he leaving. He pretty much said, after, his family situation, which I'm not going to talk about here, it just brings some bad memories to San Francisco. So you can go get Tre'Davious Ward. You know, people talking about Rasul Douglas for the Bills. You know, he kind of been in and off the field. But I wouldn't be opposed to keeping Carlton Davis. I think he was a great fit for what they do. But guess what? Where are they going? That's the question you got to ask. If the Lions may not sit there, their next defensive coordinator may not be a man coverage corner type of defense. He may be more conservative. He may be more combo. He may be more zone. So that's what you got to know, where you're going. So they haven't had any tense conversations with Carlton Davis. I doubt if they're going to sit there and they franchise tag him, but I don't think they have to bring him back. But I think you want to get more durable. But the thing about it is you have so many young options behind them. Rackstraw, Arnold, and then you got a nice mix of Vito or the Meek Roberts, and if you bring back FA, he can give you some corner, and Carlton Davis. So I think they're in a position to still be young and experienced there, you know. So I mean, I think they can stand pat and bring somebody else lesser in or draft somebody. They can bring Carlton Davis back and be cool, but he said we haven't had any tense, you know, conversations on it. I'm starting to think that he was just a rental for the Lions. The Lions was renting him just to that young corner step up and get ready. But me personally, sometimes when it's something fit as perfect as Carlton fit in this defense, I think you keep him 3 years. If it's $20 or whatever $1 million a year, I think you do it. But if not, you go out there and you find another guy and you roll with the guys that you got. You're gonna be asking for a lot from Ennis Rackstraw, either to be the nickel or be the outside corner. So you're gonna bring somebody else in. It's either gonna be via draft or a solid veteran free agent that can help you out in the spot. So, but yeah, in that scenario, if they just stay with the guys that they got and don't bring them back, I think, which is not, I think that's probably what's gonna happen. Then I think you're probably gonna see them bolster the defensive line even more. And that's going to protect the back end. You do well with your safe. You got good fits with your safeties. You know, the defensive line, if you bring back Aleem healthy, you bring back Pascal, you bring back Anzarike, you bring back, it's a question they may not bring back Zadarius Smith, but I would bring him back. You bring back Aiden Hutchinson, he healthy. So obviously until Aiden and Aleem get healthy, you're probably going to bolster that defensive end spot. You're probably going to bring in another defensive tackle too. So, yeah, I think if you bolster that front line, I like the linebackers. I know a lot of people don't like them. I think if you want to get funky, you bring in a Devin White. But honestly, I really think we're looking at this defense, you probably want to bolster the middle, more depth at the defensive tackle position, more depth at the defensive end position. And like I said about defensive end, I speak on when I do the live show, I don't think you're opposed to bringing in a veteran. You know, it don't have to be somebody young and spry. You know, you can bring in a young guy like that Sawyer guy or the other guy from Ole Miss. Or you can also bring in a guy like Khalil Mack who said he's not gonna retire. You can bring in a veteran too. You can double tap. You know, you can say, okay, we draft a Sawyer, but we also bring in the Khalil Mack. We keep a Darius Smith, Josh. But you can really make sure you build the wave there because, you know, that's just what I'm thinking. But it sounds like they're not gonna bring back Carlton Davis. So that is what it is. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App and Venmo, both CJ Good 313. All the information inside the link tree. I appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. Peace.